the map where you are currently. I should probably put you there so you can see what you're looking at. Is it that one? It's that one. Yeah, it's that one. Yeah, cool.
There we go.
So... where was I? Yeah, welcome back to Beyond the Bridge. This is session 17, and this is the third part. Anyway, we join the intrepid band of adventurers, Asham the Beast, Tal, Rakust, and Drock. We find them a short distance from a caravan with 3 prisoners. One who is slumped dead, another who's unconscious, both his arms a mangled wreck, and the third, blood drips down his right arm, his face is like got a swollen eye, and you can see he's just coming into consciousness. Who's doing the talking?
We decided someone else might, but while we've been waking him up, I've been ritualizing speak with animals.
Okie dokie.
I'll speak with him, since nobody steps forward.
Rakust, make an insight check. Okay. So his eye focuses on you, and he begins to struggle against the bindings, and just like making this cacophonous noise.
I slap him and... Shh!
Like, you slap him, his head goes to one side, and it returns to you. He just looks like a raving lunatic. Like, your slap doesn't seem to have much effect. You can see his arm where it's bleeding. He's, like, struggling so hard it's actually increasing the blood flow, and you can see it's just, like, spilling out.
I slap him again and tell him to shush.
You slap him again,
The sounds
the
he
same
makes.
effect. You can see that he's just like slapped, struggling. Unless you physically restrain him or knock him out again, he seems like he's going to do himself some injury.
The sounds he makes, any way of recognizing whatever that is, what he's trying to do?
You'll probably have a better time. Not really, because like they're obviously trying to imitate an animal, but they're not doing a very good job of it. Did someone
Do I
already
get,
make
since
an
I
age
have
check?
speak with animals,
Yeah,
I get, like-
with magical help, you can definitely tell that he's doing a terrible job. He's not speaking in some animal tongue. It's just a normal human imitating an animal, and it probably sounds even worse when it's translated, because it probably sounds like some sort of strange animal that's having an epileptic fit while suffering from Tourette's. It's like just this tirade of nonsense.
Yeah, but if he were speaking a different language, let's just say, even if he's doing a really bad job, can I identify what kind of language, what kind of animal he's trying to do at the moment?
Yeah, I see that. Give me an Arcana check with disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm a wizard. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have
It's
no
magic.
clue what he's trying to imitate. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, plan B, we cut them and then follow their trail, guys.
I guess. But we still have the
Unless-
other one.
Any of you got an idea to get them talking?
Yeah. Not really, no. I'd say we just keep the one that hasn't waken up yet and then go to Etterblood.
So we're going to Etterblood, not release this guy and follow him?
Well, we could follow their tracks back to where they came from, hoping to find the goods that they looted from the caravan and his friends to finish this threat.
What about
And
the
then spin to
unconscious guy?
Well, we can cut him. You can wake him up if you want to, or we cut him while he's unconscious. I don't care. I have my great axe. Whatever you prefer. If you like them screaming, I can make him.
The townsfolk of Etterblot might have a reward for the bandits.
Yeah.
So maybe bring him back alive as proof that we could.
Like you say,
Well, I
there's
guess-
an entire caravan of witnesses.
I was about to say,
That
I
too.
guess
Yeah,
that
but-
12 caravan guards count.
They do tend to talk.
I'm also one to bring them to Etterblood, I think.
I'd like to
How
investigate.
about we dump the 2 guys on the caravan and they bring them to Etterblot for us, and we follow their trail back and see where it leads us, and then we still have them in Etterblot when we need them.
I'd rather
Yeah, sure.
solve
Good.
the problems in Netherbolt than deal with these guys. To be honest.
Yeah, but we're already on their trail now. I feel like I don't want to leave that half finished. Maybe we can get done both in the end, you know?
Okay. So we're going to Netherbolt first and find out more about what's
Oh.
happening there.
We're going to follow the tracks now, if ever, because we won't be able to find them again, I think.
Yeah, if we're following the trails, it would be now better.
But
easier
if we
to
take
follow
them
fresh.
with them and then release him in the outskirts of town, they might find their way back as well.
No, we're not releasing that guy. We're giving him to the caravan guard and tell them
Okay.
to put him in prison in Etterblot.
Okay,
We're releasing no one.
Okay. All right, let's follow the trails of the other guy then.
Okay, dokes. So you, like, the guy that's woken up, do you, like, knock him out again? Because if you don't, he's going to kill himself. He's, like, struggling so violently, and he's so injured. It's obvious he has no regard for his own safety. He's going to open.
I'll put him out of his misery.
So
You're
just,
gonna
like,
kill him?
Completely?
Knock
I'm
him
gonna
out.
kill him.
You kill him?
I was gonna leave him unconscious, but damn.
Okay. So you, like, what do you do? Snap his neck? Drive a sword in him?
Yeah. I say a quick prayer, and then I smack him across the face with my mace.
Okay, dokes. So he, like, is dead, slumps to the side, and the last remaining guy who's your prisoner, the caravan guards, like, take his draggled mess and put him on the caravan and say, Horsham, we'll make sure the folks at Etherblot know about this, don't you worry. Good luck on your hunting.
Yeah, see you in Etterblot then.
Okay, so someone needs to make a survival test.
Excellent. Does anyone else have
Actually-
survival
I guess
that
it
could
would-
help
Nope.
me?
No, I think probably just... No, it would be survival to follow it. And I'm not going to make you make a bunch of tests to find it, then follow it. Yeah, just one survival from someone.
Okay. But nobody can assist me on this?
0.
Nobody else has
Yeah,
it?
you can get assistance. Like,
I have a plus
advantage
0.
for people helping if you want. I mean, if
Okay,
you don't want
I'm-
the advantage, that's fine.
Sure, I'll help you out. With
I would enjoy advantage, so alright, I'll roll it up.
Okay, so
You don't need it.
Oh, I
roll
guess
a
I didn't need
D100,
it, but
Tal.
roll the D100.
Okay. So I think it takes you a short while, but you find their tracks, and they haven't got particularly heavy tracks. You can see that they're quite scrawny, and you begin tracking them back to where they came from. And after a short while, the sun's beginning to go lower in the sky, but you've still got like several hours of daylight, and not that much distance between you and the town of Etherblot. But you come upon a camp. You can see like a couple of tents around a small like pile of stones. The tents themselves look terrible. They're like ragged. There are holes in them, and all around the like outside of the camp you can see like carcasses, like rabbits and other small like critters that have been fed upon. So the like their gizzards are out and their ribs are open to the air, and they're all just kind of dotted around the edge of the camp. Like, and most of them haven't even been fully eaten. They're just like half eaten. Tal, to your eyes, like no animal would do this. It's like you can
Yeah.
see that it seems like insane behavior, but you can't see anyone moving around in the camp. It seems to be empty.
Interesting.
Wait, did we have a short rest or not?
I don't think we did.
Okay, I don't actually need it. I still have 32 hit points, just wondering.
I'm only
Um,
down 2 points.
Should we just start searching the camp for anything interesting?
Let's stay
Yeah.
quiet while we do.
Okay,
That's
um, give me all stealth checks.
And
And heavy
I
armor
think-
is worn by a Rakustan Drock.
yep,
Okay, so Drock, you jingle a bit, but there's no one there to spot you. So you like creep up to the camp, and when you're within like 30, 20 feet, it becomes like super apparent. The place is empty. You can see inside the tents because of all the holes, and they're just like bare. So are you gonna have a rummage through the camp, find out what you can?
How many tents
Yeah.
are there?
Mhm.
How many-
There's like 3 tents. They're
Yeah,
tents
sure.
that
We'll
can
search
probably
them
hold
then.
2 people.
3, 2, 6. We found 12 people, right?
10.
Oh, we
10.
found 10.
I'd say we just start searching the tents for anything really.
Mhm.
Let's just have a look around.
Looking for stolen goods and more people to kill.
Give me a investigation check with advantage from the party helping. So, someone make an investigation roll.
Okay.
Not me.
I mean, I just have 0. If anyone has it trained, that would be preferable.
Nope.
I have -1.
I have minus
Minus
one as well.
Go for it, Mike.
All right,
When a
investigation.
0 is the best you got. Yeah, so I think you look in the tents and they're empty. Like, there's matted furs on the ground. The tents themselves are filled with holes. There's empty sacks that look like that comical thing that a robber would sling over their shoulder and go. And looking around, there isn't even a campfire. There's just like this pile of rocks in the center, and these fetid animal carcasses dotted around the outside. Tal, you can tell that like people have been here, but not from your investigation, but from your survival. You do find some like what look to be tracks of an animal. You can see like
Yeah.
clawed feet with like pads. Like almost wolfen maybe, but or a dog or something. But your investigation turns up diddly squat. A sum total of no clue.
And you did say the tents look to be housing more than the 10 we killed, or what? I didn't get that.
There are 3 tents, and they're about the size of a 2-man tent. So there's
Okay, no, then.
space for 6 people,
Fits.
but that's sleeping comfortably. Like that's the. If you imagine when someone sells you a tent, they go, "Oh, it'll comfortably fit 2 people." It's that kind of spiel.
So, how about you guys? It's getting evening anyway. How about we camp here for the night? If more come, we kill more. If not, we go to Etterplot in the morning and solve the problem there.
I
Well,
guess
no,
we
I-
don't. I guess
I
it's
don't
the best choice.
really
here.
like the feel of this place. So I'd
What
feel
kind of
uneasy
animals
sleeping
were
here.
have eaten?
Yeah, they
The
were
eaten
communing-
animals were small stuff like rabbits and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But they were communing with some sort of beast because there are beast tracks here. So, either we should come back tomorrow and try and track that beast down, or we should head back to town and keep an eye on the
Is there
prisoner.
any alive critters around? Small birds, stuff like that?
Like you probably spot like a crow pecking at something, like eating like the carrion.
Okay, I'll activate my speak with animals again in a ritual, telling the others to give me a minute, starting wiggling fingers.
Okay, dokes.
And then I engage in conversation with the crow. Because what could go wrong?
Okay, so Asham starts this ritualized chant. What do the rest of you do while he prepares himself to speak with the crow?
I guess I'd try and make a campfire or something.
Okay.
Because I think we're staying here.
We don't have to if you don't want to. We can go.
I'm okay with
Yeah,
staying.
sure.
That's why I'm
I'll
making
just sit down and start sharpening my halberd.
Yeah, I'll keep
Um,
watch.
So Rakust, are you making a campfire in the center where that like pile of stones is?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I'd use that to make a campfire.
So as you move over to the pile of stones, you like look at it and it looks like this pile, and you think to yourself, oh well, these stones could be quite useful in making like a little ring to contain the campfire. And you begin poking away at it and getting some wood. And as you do, you notice something that everyone's overlooked. There's a candlestick like jammed in the pile, and it seems to be brass or bronze, and it has a quite odd design.
I get the.
You're cutting out there, or like a.
Oh, sorry. I get Drakkar. What's your name, Mike? Lynn?
Tell.
No, Mike. Tell.
It's Tal.
Yeah. Tell our Drak to check it since Asham's doing his ritual, and I don't want to.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
I'll
so you
look
bring
at
the
it
other
to
two
see if
over.
it's. Can I check if it's anything religious?
Yeah. So make a religion check, Drock. Yes. Yeah. Like the first thing that clues you in is a candle. These are quite often seen on altars, and the peculiar design. It seems kind of like blocky, and then it makes sense when you like hold it up and look down it. You can see the like cog symbol of Gond, god of creation. It's like this four-spoked wheel or cog design, and it goes all the way up through the candle. This is definitely a candlestick from a worshipper of Gond or an altar of Gond.
Yeah, and I'll relay this information to the others. Telling them about, maybe a bit about Gond and what he does.
Gond's the god of craft and creation, often associated with knowledge, with skilled craftsmen who have a tradition. But he's a pretty pedestrian god.
Doesn't fit with weird rebel mumbo jumbo.
No.
No, it really doesn't.
Do you think it was stolen? Maybe the church
Maybe.
would want it back.
Well, why would they place it at the center in this pile of rubble?
Look if there's more in the rubble pile.
Yeah, let's
Worst case, we can sell that thing to
turn
Lobo
over
the
the
collector.
stones and see if there's anything more.
So digging through the pile, you find some more stuff. You like begin pulling rocks away, and you begin finding coins, and you're like, money. And then you realize it's like, it looks like gold, but when you pick it up, you immediately feel the weight's wrong. It's fake money. And as you dig through, you find other things that look valuable. Like, oh my god, a silver platter! No, it's polished tin. And there seems just this kind of assortment of valuable-ish looking things, but as you pick through them one by one, they don't seem that valuable, and there doesn't seem to be much of a connection between a bunch of the items until Drock, you spot like this large coin. It looks a bit too large to be like actual coinage. And when you turn it over to its other side, you see it's flat, like completely bare. And you flip it back over, and you recognize that it's not a coin; it's a religious symbol. It's the symbol of Joaquin, goddess of trade, whose symbol is a coin with the profile of Joaquimon. And this would commonly be found in churches of Joaquin near an offering bowl. And true enough, as you go back through the pile, you find like this golden bowl, except it's polished brass.
Of course. Yeah, so I think I just conclude that these are very bad, terrible bandits that didn't know what they were doing.
Or they collect religious stuff from various gods and have it there in the middle as a sacrifice for their own god. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. And also we could offer the crow some of the shiny things for information.
We will see how far is the ritual gone by now.
Okay, so I think as they finished like pulling apart this pile of garbage and constructed a small campfire, Asham, you conclude the ritual, and you manage to get the crow's attention. Can you make a charisma saving throw?
It's a pixie. Oh, it's a pixie. I die.
Okay, so you get the attention of the crow as it like plucks the eyeball out of this rabbit, throws it up into the air, and like catches it in its mouth and goes. Nom, 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 nom. And there's that horrible gush of like eyeball fluid. What do you say? Translated into.
Hey there, Mr. Crow. How are you doing? How long have you been feasting on this field?
Always good eating here. Enough for you. Enough for me. Enough for more. But only if you're not seen. Can't hear you.
Meters.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Who puts these animals out here for you?
People like you. And
Like me,
it goes animals with 2 legs.
Bigger animals than myself?
Sham, you're a dwarf, right? You're pretty big for a
I'm a
dwarf, but
dwarf.
not human size, yeah?
No, I'm 4 feet something.
Okay. It nods. Oh, it doesn't.
Um,
It actually, yeah, it does nod. It's a crow. It like bobs its head up and down and goes, "Yes, yes, bigger than you."
How long have they been around here on this field?
Um.
How many suns
Roll a
ups and
D20.
sundowns?
Oh well, if you actually don't roll a d20, you ask how many suns up and suns down. It knows the
Yeah.
answer to that particular question. The GM just has to go and find it. Boop boop boop. Do 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 do. It tells you that they have been here for God, 60 sun up and downs.
Does that correspond with what we
but
know of the
I
ambushes?
think it says good eats have been here for 60 suns up and 60 sun downs, but animals with 2 legs change.
Does that correspond with what we know about the ambushes?
The ambushes have really been like happening the last month or so. Like if you think back
Okay.
to when you were in Etablut last, like they weren't really around then, and they've been kind of ramping up. Like maybe a caravan here and there, but the caravan trade between Etablut and Haven only really started up when you did the Etablut mission. With the
Okay.
mushrooms.
I also asked the crow about a 4-legged beast that comes along and prowls between the houses of the 2-legged beasts, well, the shelters of the 2-legged beasts.
And it nods and goes, yes, the animal that walks with 4 legs and 2, it always brings the different 2 legs. Gets rid of the 2 legs when they are broken.
Can you describe it more? Does it have a 5th leg it waggles, or is it
5th
bigger
leg that
than
waggles,
me?
yes, it has a tail.
How big is it?
Oh.
Is it 2 wolves? Is it 1
probably
wolf?
it says smaller than a wolf, but bigger than fox.
Okay, so it's a dog. Does it make sounds at the 2 legs, and do they seem to make the same sounds?
It says it speaks but makes no sound. The 2 legs follow it. And
In hindsight,
they make noises, but it simply stares.
In hindsight, did the bandits try to make dog noises?
No. Like
Okay.
maybe really bad dog noises. The trouble is the bandits, whatever they were imitating, they were doing the worst job. The worst
Okay,
job. It's like if someone was wanting to go woof woof and they were going moo moo meow squawk squawk pigeon pigeon.
Okay.
You know.
Last question, Mr. Crow, before you can get back to your feast. When does the 4-leg come around? Would there be tonight a visit? Sundown?
The animal that walks with both 4 legs and 2 comes when the animals with 2 legs have the harvest for it, or when they are broken.
Okay. And okay. that's basically it then. Have a good feast. Jump down on that rabbit over there. He still has eyeballs.
Oh, thank you. And it like hops on over, like, and it's like, yes, I found one with eyeballs. And it like, as you walk back to the party, silhouetted in the lowering sun, you see it like throw the eyeball into the air. Okay, so you walk back to the party. Your crow talks
I
over.
relay the information, and I suggest, guys, since they put up an ambush today, whatever comes and collects that will come tonight to collect. So if we stay here, we could set an ambush of ourselves, maybe.
I would also argue that they probably would qualify as broken now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
So yeah, I'm up for making an ambush, waiting for. But it wasn't just an ordinary wolf.
It brings more two-legged people.
Well,
Yeah,
the
but
last
it's-
two-legged people weren't a problem.
And if we lie in wait, we can maybe set up some traps.
True.
Yeah, that would also be nice. So I suggest, since it's already getting dark, we spend the night here. If we can ambush something, great. If not, we go to Etablot.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to, I don't know, you can set up traps. I'm not really good at that. I would like the first hour just to cool down a little after that whole order. Need to polish my new ropes.
Yeah,
So
I don't,
resting.
does it take? Would I require to have anything in my inventory to make traps, or could I just like?
Like, I mean, tell me what
Maybe-
you're doing. Bearing in mind you're pretty much in open plains, so work with
I
what
have
you
a rope. We can make stumble stuff going.
I got a shovel. We can dig a pit trap.
Yeah, I'm up for digging a pit trap.
I do have a hunting trap.
Let's put that out as well then.
Yeah. It has to be affixed to something, though, I think.
Well, I have
I mean,
rope.
you can just affix it to a stake in the ground. I mean, it's not going to be
That's
a
true.
particularly good affixation, but you can do that.
How are the tents positioned? Is it possible to like put up a trap between the individual tents so people, if they go through that area, flump?
Yeah, you could like cordon off one of the angles if you like trapped between the tents.
Yeah, that.
So
that
how long
would
do we
be-
have until nighttime?
Oh, 2 hours, 3. I mean, you have like 2 hours until the time when you would normally stop and start making camp. But since you like set up a fire and you're already here, you've probably got a good 4 hours of work.
Okay.
How
I would like
much
1
with
hour
4
for a short
hours?
rest to roll my hit dice, though.
Yeah.
I'll just grab the shovel then and start digging a hole for the pit trap.
Yeah, I'll take a short rest then, as well.
Okay.
So hit die.
I'll rest.
10.
Yeah, I'll rest before setting up that hunting trap.
1 is enough.
Asham the
oh.
Mighty.
First pun.
So while you're taking the short rest, Mike V, Tal, could you
Yes.
roll a d100 just to see if any local wildlife harasses you while you slumber or while you take a breather?
Oh, nice. Perfect.
So your rest goes off without a hitch. You regain any abilities that are restocked on short rests. You regain the hit dice. You're good. Is everyone now back to full and fighting fit?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okie dokes.
Is it also possible to keep my speak with animals like going periodically? Whatever the word is in English.
If you want to have it up when something happens, then yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I would prefer that.
Okie dokes.
Like,
I'll help.
I-
It's Struck that's digging the holes, right?
Yeah.
I'll help you taking turns
Okay, so
in case you need.
Drock, could you make a athletics check with advantage? And Tal, are you staking out the hunting trap?
Yes.
Okie dokes.
Actually, even if I
Then Tal, can
retract
you
the-
make a stealth check? No. Survival? Yeah. No. Make a survival check, Tal.
All right. I'm gonna see if I have any other equipment that might help me here. And just looks like I'm using a wooden stake.
Cool.
So survival check it is.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Best trap
Oh,
ever.
yeah. That's good.
Okay. Okay, dokes. So, as the night begins to draw in, you've set up your traps, and you're reasonably assured of your own safety. Are you going to be taking watches in shifts? Are you going to just stay up all through the night expecting something?
I'll say we sleep 2 at a time.
So it's always
Because
2 on,
we're
2
good.
I
off.
like that. Yeah, I like that.
I don't need much time to rest.
Okay, so who's on the
Yeah.
first watch and who's on the second?
I'll go first.
So
I'll go on
Asham
second then.
and-
Yeah, I'll join him then on the first watch.
So Asham and
Okay.
Drock for first, and Talon Rakust for second.
Alright.
Sounds good.
And Tal and Rakust. Tal, you've got the passive perception of 15, and Rakust, your mighty perception is.
You're muted again.
Yeah, yeah.
Passive 10 perception.
It's just a number, it says, yeah.
Okay. So, as the night draws down and you begin waiting, Asham and Drock, your night's watch passes. You settle down for a nap for a couple hours while Tal and Rakust take over. And as the two of you are awake, the light of the full moon shines out overhead across the Udin plains and bathes the grassy wilderness in a perfect light. The sky is clear, and you see shapes shambling towards you out of the darkness. You
From every
see,
direction?
from the direction of Itablut, from the due north.
Alright.
Rakust, you can make out maybe half a dozen humanoid figures. Cal, you spot 5 humanoid figures and 2 dogs, I guess. Make a nature check with advantage.
All right. That is surprisingly bad.
16 is good enough.
16 is good.
I think that's what you need. So let's find out. Yep. So you recognize the animals. They're not dogs, nor are they wolves. They're jackals. Carrion feeding little animals, often operating in packs, and they seem to be. You're not quite sure if they're tame, because they seem to be leading this pack of humans towards the camp. You can see that if you stay silent, they're probably going to fall foul of your trap. Like, just as it is right now, they're on a direct collision course with where you remember laying that trap. Not sure
Perfect.
which one of them will get it, but you would put money on it going snap before they get to you. What do you want to do?
I am going to try and gently wake up my companions, but more like start getting ready. They're on their way. Stay quiet.
I'll stay in my tent ready to spring out.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so I think the first thing that is heard is the GM telling you to make a stealth check. Just the party in general. Asham and Drock, you have advantage because you're asleep in quote marks. For Drock, that only cancels out your heavy armor.
Well,
Rakusa
doesn't
gets
matter.
advantage for your armor. So let's see what you got there. Tal, Rakust gets a 15. Tal gets a 12. Asham gets an 18, and Drock gets a 12. Okay, dudes.
Is
It's
it with
good,
disadvantage? Oh yeah, it is. I have
Advantage and
heavy armor.
Yeah,
disadvantage
heavy armor.
cancel each other out.
That's good, guys.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
Okay, so what happens is you're ready, and these animals and their masters are coming up, and then you hear the sound of a snap. Does the hunting trap do any damage? Let me find out.
If I'm guessing if they don't see it, then they fell in it. But it
No,
is
the
a
hunting trap's like a bear trap. It's a spring.
yeah. It's Dex 13 save, and I think it does 1d4 damage. Let me double check.
Well, if you want to roll up a d4.
Yeah, they take 1d4 and they stop moving, and then they have a strength save to escape each turn, and every failed escape attempt is 1 damage.
Okay. So let's go over to the fight map. So one of the jackals walks straight into the trap. It snaps closed around its front paw. There's a whimper, and then there's a moment like that brief moment of right, it's time for the, and then the second jackal makes a jackal sound. They don't really. This the sound that a jackal makes is perfect. Yeah, it's perfect and clear and rings out across the night. And then the five humanoids, the 5 humans, they're all like they've kind of been lumbering in this shambling gait. They kind of like bolt upright and begin running into
Yeah.
the camp.
Where do we have the pit trap at?
Yeah, I was just waiting for it. I just drew 3 tents and stone stuff.
That's good, thank you. Roll. The pit trap is in the direction they're coming from because you rolled particularly well. So let's find out.
You said they're coming from the north, so I assume that's the pit trap or bigger.
And 2 more. Roll. Cool. So if you just want to click on your tokens and roll up initiative, they spot you before you like spring out on them, so you don't have advantage. But R, the jackal R is trapped by the hunting trap, and it has taken 3 points of damage. So let me note that down. Poor fellow.
Trap means it's also like pin in place. It's secured.
It is. It can't move.
It cannot move until it breaks free.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
every time it fails to break free, it takes more damage.
Yep, just 1 point.
Okay. Come on, Pen. Do the work.
Also, the howling of those jackals. I speak with animals. Is it jackalish?
Yeah. Speak with animals. You hear the jackal cry, kill them.
Okay.
Boop, boop, boop.
Also, jackals sound terrifying. They sound like they're like wailing. It's really
Yeah, I
It's really
cannot
disconcerting.
replicate the noise they make. So, just imagine how the poor little humanings deal. Initiatives for a bunch of things.
Whoa.
Of course,
That's
it
not
has
good.
that initiative. I mean, why wouldn't it? The one that's trapped has a 22. Isn't it good? I'm sure it'll get to do things with its high initiative, like be
Also,
trapped.
you said they spotted us. How
Yeah.
did they spot us inside the tents?
They hear the jingling of metal, the
Okay.
gleaming of weapons. I'm assuming, like, once the trap is sprung, the plan is to, like, rush out and get them.
Mhm.
The
Okay,
fact
no,
is they spot you before you, like,
They're not
they
surprised
react quick
by
enough,
us.
essentially.
Okay,
Yeah,
no,
so
I got it.
it's more a question of their ability to react quickly. You've all rolled initiative, so let's get this party started. So the jackal.
Gotta beat a 13.
Could also morph back into druidic form with whatever happened. Maybe.
it strains against the trap. DC 13. Let's see how it goes. And it like smashes the trap apart. You see it like its skin like bulges and twists, and then the trap just like splits back open. It's not destroyed, so if you want to use it again later, you can.
Okay.
And that's its turn. X runs into the tent and begins stabbing at Glory. So
And
through the
this
holes,
is human.
yeah, through the holes of the tent, I'll mark the jackals with like little red dots. Boop. Boop. So it just runs up to you, and in the perfect moonlight, you can clearly see this human is wearing bright clothing in like checkered colorations, looks pretty clean shaven, but his hair is just like all over the place. He has like frantic look in his eyes, and you can see he's holding, I mean, it's a sword, but it doesn't look to be a particularly good one. It seems like the kind of thing that a blacksmith knocks out when he's bored, and he swings it at you, Drop. He's like, "Hata! Attack! Boop boop!" And you spring to your feet, throwing off the fetters of being asleep, and block it. G does the same for Sham. It's like, woof, like runs through the tent. Let's see, because he actually moves into the tent. Let's give him a test to see if he screws up because there's a tent. He manages. Yeah, he runs through the tent. The terrible tents don't prove much resistance, and he cuts it to shreds. And he swings at you, and Sham, yet again your skin repels a
I laugh.
terrible blow. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. Asham, the jackal, charges at you, running through the hole in the tent that its human companion has made, and it lunges at you. With advantage from pack tactics, all hail the jackal. Plus, okay. Sham. Is that? Where's the roll in that?
Is that the 2?
It's 2d20.
There we go.
Drop the
There we go.
lower.
There we go. That's better. Yeah, I put DHL, which is drop highest lowest, so it didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, it tries to grab at your leg, and its teeth sink in, and you probably just like shake it off, like a dog on a slipper, like get off. D charges in. I think D's gonna try and run through here, and let's see how the pit trap fares. Yeah, pretty well.
Come on.
So D like runs into the center of camp and then just tumbles into the pit trap. Roll a D8, please, Drock. 4. Okay, dokes. You see D like fall, and there's a sullen thud, and then it begins like clawing at the sides of the pit, trying to get out. And I think on its turn it doesn't manage; it's just in there. Asham, it's to you. What's the plan?
Yeah, I'll get mad first of all, and then recklessly strike at the jackal, screaming, "Heal, doggy, heal!"
Nice.
Okay, so you slam down your axe, and it like rips open a gash across the creature, and you see it just like ripple, and then you see the thing like its skin like crawls inwards, like, and almost looks emaciated now. Like before it was a well-fed jackal, and now it's like a scrawny one, and the wound like closes.
Me being a wizard, do I know what that was?
It's obviously magical.
Okay. Guys, it's magic!
The jackal responds, "Strong, you shall do well."
Please make me a werewolf, Asham.
Let's see. Is this? Oh wait, that's a dumb question. Of course he doesn't. This guy runs in and falls in the pit most likely. Let's see how that goes. No, leaps over the pit. Okay, so he runs in, spends his turn dashing, hops over the pit where his comrade's fallen in, and spins round behind Rakust. What do you do, Rakust?
I'm not muted. No. I'm gonna take an attack of opportunity, and gonna go towards the jackal.
Okie dokes.
Does he hit? I want to know that before I do anything.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry. Of course he hits. He's a master at arms. His pitiful sword strike rattles off your heavy armor.
It hits, but it hits my armor. I'm gonna use my inspiration on this next attack, and I'm gonna use what's it called? A superiority die, because I'm a battle master. If I hit.
Okie doke. And what maneuver are you spending the superiority die on?
I'm gonna use. If I push the jackal, does Asham get an attack of opportunity?
No.
No,
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Only if they move willingly.
Okay. Then I'm gonna use what's. I'm gonna use a trip attack. No. Sorry. I'm gonna use a menacing attack.
Okie dokes. And what does that do? You have it.
It frightens them. Yeah, I have menacing, pushing, and trip. I have
Add
those
extra
three.
damage. Okie dokes. And menace. Okay. Okay, so you hit the jackal, and it like slams into its shoulder, and you see it
And I'm
like
gonna growl at him.
you see it whimper, and it begins to like shift. You see its body stretching up. In classic like werewolf transformation, it gets to the Hollywood halfway stage.
I knew it.
Like the Hollywood halfway stage, it's standing on its hind legs, and it's holding its front paws up in front of its face, and it says, let me check real quick. Yeah, it says in common. It says, "Please, no," and like staggers back.
That's my turn.
Druck, what you do?
I'll have a swing at X.
Nice.
You cleave through the tent, and as the fabric rips away, you find a corpse on the end of your halberd. Boop. O runs in through the hole and attempts to attack you, and it does have enough movement. Drock, you are beset upon. 15 clatters off your armor, and a Tal. Last to respond, but always alert. What do you do?
Now, D's in the pit, so he doesn't have reach of me right now.
I mean, you know, he could bite your ankles. He can't make an attack of opportunity if that's what you're asking.
That's what I'm going for.
He's
Um,
on his butt at the bottom of the pit. Won't be doing anything till his next turn.
I think Tal was pretty shaken just by the noise of the jackals. It's very unfamiliar from where she's from, so that's part of why she's so slow to act. But she kind of like steels herself and just goes for one of the jackals since they look like they're leading. I will make a flurry of blows attempt too. So I'll spend the chi point and do the extra attacks.
Okie dokies.
And if they hit, I get to do special things now. Because level 3.
Hit, miss.
Hit, miss. Okay, so one of the martial arts hit, and I'm going to force it to make a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay, DC.
Let me double check. Actually, I think it's either 12 or 13, so it either made it or it didn't. Unfortunately, I will get right back to you on that. I don't know if they calculate it with Dex or Wisdom.
Wisdom. For
Actually, it would be the same, I think. But I think it'll be 8 plus
8
proficiency.
plus 2 plus Wisdom mod.
Excellent. I believe that's a 13 then. Yeah, DC 13.
So you
Nice.
like slam into the jackal as it like breaks free of the restraint, and it like tumbles over onto its back, flops around for a bit, and you see it just like growl, which Asham understands as curses. Curses, drat and blah.
He said stupid things about your mom.
Boop. R. R hops to its feet and turns and runs. Make an attack of opportunity, Tau.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so you slide your sword in, and as it comes out, you see it like just sticky with blood. But like you can see where you've landed the blows with your sword on this creature, they've like closed up, but
Yeah.
it seems like it's burning energy to do so because it looks like almost skeletal now. It's like this little
Yeah.
thing dragged in fur, and it like bulges, grows. Its arms become longer, its legs become longer, and you can see it's becoming kind of more human, and it just begins bounding, like
Yeah.
gallivanting away. But it was prone, so it doesn't get as far as it would like. Boop.
Damn.
G, what you do?
What is his movement speed?
Enough. What you do, G?
That's pretty crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, it takes half of it standing up. It's brutal.
Oh wait, geez, me. God, wow.
Yeah.
Asham.
I've been waiting what you're gonna do.
Asham, I mean,
By the way,
do I really need to tell you
I'm
how
gonna
they
close.
miss?
Oh, never mind.
Like, a scimitar comes in, cuts at you, and you feel the air move near you, maybe? The one that's scared cowers. It spends its turn to dodge. Doop. D. D tries to climb out of the hole. Does, and attacks Drock. Boop. Let me see, how far is that? Yeah, it climbs out of the hole and manages to attract Drock in the same turn. Its like leg is obviously maybe a bit twisted, and it like hobbles through the flap in the tent and begins like hacking at you, Drock. But probably you only notice the sound of like metal on metal. You turn and you see like your armor taking a couple of blows. Asham. What you do?
Okay, I have a weird one for you.
Go for it.
I have a net.
You do.
Can I, since you is like right next to me, I don't throw the said net. Can I grapple him with said net to try to bind
it's a
him?
gladiatorial net. They're designed to like be flung out and entangle someone. They're not like designed to like put someone in a net and like hold them. It's more like a
No,
throw
but
at
can I
someone's,
use
like-
it as like, can I
Yeah, you
basically
can
grapple,
try.
jump
You
at
can,
him
like,
and use
you
it
can try and
to
hug it with a
restrain
net.
him?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Make a athletics test with disadvantage because it's dodging. And
Is it though disadvantage because it's not a real attack roll though, is
but
it?
you're trying to hit it, so go for it.
Okay,
Make an athletics with disadvantage.
yeah,
Cool.
good enough.
So you bundle this thing up. It's now like in your net, and you see it like shift a couple times between like this human and jackal, and then it settles, and it just on like this cross that it was in, and it just writhes around angrily.
For flavor, can I kick it?
You kick it. It yelps
Thanks.
in pain. E attacks Rakust. Boop boop doo doo doo. Rakoost, you are being attacked. Rakoost.
It missed, by the way.
Yeah. So I think like you know it's there, and as Asham like bundles up the jackal, you spin round and your shield manages to catch the blow. The humans are really inexperienced fighters. They're just like manic, same as the bandits you fought earlier. Rakoost, in response, what you do?
I'm gonna grapple E
Okay.
and try to restrain him. Athletics?
Yeah.
Do I need to?
I mean, roll. Yeah, so tell me how you render E into a restrained pile of unable to do anything more this combat.
I'd basically try to grab him by his feet, pull it, make him fall into the ground, and then chokehold him by the neck as he's laying belly down. You see?
Okay. So I think that's what in your mind you see, but what you do is you like tackle out his legs, and he falls and bangs his head, and as you're going in for the chokehold, you find him limp. And you're like, oh. But you can
Is
see
he
his chest
unconscious
is
at
still
least?
falling and rising. He's just out of it, like KO.
Okay.
KO. Drock. Drock is not.
Yeah, so
Drock, what do you do?
I'll run up here,
Provoking some attacks.
invoking at. Yep.
Ooh. One of them manages to find a kink in your armor. Boop, boop, boop. Yes, take 5 damage, Drock.
Yes, and then I'll command the fleeing jackal to approach.
Okay. DC?
Where do I find that? Is
You're
the
a
wisdom
paladin,
saving
right? So
throw?
your charisma.
Yeah,
What's your charisma?
right. My charisma is +2.
+2, so it's DC 12. It's 8 plus your spellcaster mod, which for
Oh.
paladins is charisma,
Damn.
plus
I
2
think
for your
his DC is
proficiency.
13 though. +1 for being fancy and
No.
having a good
So-
idea.
You like shout out this word, and it forms on the air and shoots towards the fleeing jackal, and you see it like stagger a bit, and then like shake its head and continue bolting.
Damn.
Charges you down, Laurie. Bouncing off your armor. What do you do, Tal? You're muted, Tal. Mutes.
All right. Well, since our command word didn't work, I will spend a chi point to take Step of the Wind and dash. So I can move 90 feet, I think. What is it to get to this
Yeah.
side of it? It's like 70, or I have to
70
move.
it is.
Yeah, it's a little more than 70. It's like 60. Yeah, it's like 80 or something to get around it. But and then I get to make a short sword attack.
Okay. Is your movement speed 40 as a monk? Do you have
It is
the...
45 as a wood elven monk.
Ooh, nifty.
I get 5 for wood elf, 10 for
Okay.
monk,
So you get in front of this thing.
and I fail.
You do. You get in front
I
of the
do.
thing and you like slash at it with your sword, and it's a whiff. It's like a smelly whiff.
Yeah.
It's the whiff of
Doesn't matter,
smells.
you're still there. Good enough.
Okay. Just as a check, Gloria
Yes.
Sham and Rakoost, none of you have like a speed over 30.
No, I had
No.
25.
Okay.
No.
In which
Tiny
case,
feet.
Tal, could you please roll athletics test with dexterity? So if you're proficient in athletics, add 2. If you have a dexterity mod, add that.
Oh, okay. So that'll be
Cool. And of course, you'll get one more attack of opportunity.
I was about to say that might end him.
it's okay.
Oh,
And make one attack of opportunity.
All right.
Just make it count. Full double no whammy.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so Tal,
Yes.
the thing begins to like run away, and you like cut at it, and blood drips out of its hind leg, and it continues running away. As it exits the battlefield, you can tell that you're actually mechanically faster than it with your speed. However, it's nimble enough to like every time you catch up to it, it's going to avoid your hit, and it's got the fear of you stabbing it to pursue it on. So it's going to manage to escape, unless you have some kind of ranged weapon that can hit it on the go. Something like that.
I have my darts.
Okay.
I have my darts.
In which case,
and
on
I
your
have
next turn, if you want to chase it down and make one dart attack before it gets out of range, you can do that. So that was your turn. Its turn, it does the opposed athletics and escapes. Both of you are off in narrative time unless you return to the fight.
Okay.
And then it's G. G attacks the sham.
I impose disadvantage.
No, not disadvantage. Ah, that perfect.
Wouldn't have hit
good
anyway,
18,
but nice.
wasted. So
I have to use it, otherwise I'm useless.
No, you
so the
knocked out
sword
the
blow
other.
comes in, and it probably just bounces off a sham's thick armor skin. And like you come in with your shield there, Akust, and you see a sham's got this. I mean, it's fine. The
thought
creature
counts, though.
is going to attempt to break free. So a sham, could you roll?
It's
And maybe roll an athletics.
it's grappled, webbed, and prone. Just saying.
But you can have
I
advantage.
feel
from
like I
the-
should get advantage
It's not
on that.
prone because it's in a net. I mean, so just
Yeah, but
make
how
an
are you in a
athletics
net
with
standing up?
If you
Okay.
drop it just on top of him, he doesn't fall down on the net. You see?
Okay, so I think as long as you are spending your action each turn to keep this thing restrained, it isn't going anywhere. You've got it. So that's that. But if you like drop the net or put it down,
Can
this
I
thing's
additionally
gonna-
pummel it with a fist?
like you can pummel it, but it's not going to do anything. So
Have you
It's
seen
still
my
feared
fist?
from me, right?
you pummel it, and it just it's narrative at that point.
Okay, no,
Um,
it's fine. It's fine.
no,
I'll
no,
hold on
never
to it
mind.
then.
D charges glory. Boop.
Not falling in the pit again.
No. He has learned his lesson. And whiffs badly. Sham, you spend your action restraining this creature?
Yeah.
Okay. You beat on it and inflict some damage, and it's like, oh no, the damage! E. E's unconscious. E got biffed in the face. No! E got leg swap. That's the one.
Yep.
So Rakust, what you up to?
I'm gonna spear. I'm gonna move here, and I mean, I want to move through Asham and the net, and spear G and grapple him. You understand what I'm saying?
You move past me, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm moving past you, but grappling G in the process.
Okay, so you're wanting to like slam into G and carry him out the tent to the ground.
Yeah,
Okay, I see what you're going for. Make a athletics.
19.
Yeah, I think you like slam into the G and slam him to the floor. You've got control of the grapple. He's on the ground. We'll go from there when it gets to you or him.
right.
Drock, you have a pair of frenzied combatants. Their
Yeah,
colourful
and your-
clothing hurting your golden eyes. What do you do?
Yeah, I'll have a swing at D. Was the one who fell down?
D fell in the pit.
Yeah.
And you can
Yeah,
see his
then
like,
I'll-
legs all twisted up. And you slam the halberd into him, and his like clavicle shatters, and he falls to the ground. He's quite dead. O, however, cares not for the death of his comrade and swings at you. Ooh, a hit. This blade managing to find a kink in your impenetrable defense and inflicting 5 points of damage. So Tal, as you chase this jackal off the field of battle, do you want to make your dart shot at it? Is it attempts to escape?
Mike,
Which one?
you.
Oh, me?
Tal, you.
Okay, so I'm going to try and keep within 20 feet of it and chuck the volatile flask at it.
Ooh. In which case, yeah, go for it.
Kill them
Okay.
with fire.
Here we hope to kill them with fire. Yes.
Nice.
Okay, so now it takes 1d4 fire damage every turn unless it spends its action putting it out.
And if it does, you catch up.
And if it does, I'm pretty sure. I think even if I do. Well, it depends how far away it got from me. But-
Like, it's barely managing to stay ahead of you by like using its superior like dexterity, because
Yeah.
your speed is actually greater than it, so it's like weaving and dodging and like whirling to the side. You hook this flask of volatile stuff at it, and it explodes above it, covers the thing in like this flame, and you see it like stagger maybe 60 feet ahead of you, and then just slump to the ground. It like is engulfed by fire. You can roll the additional damage if you want, but literally you have to roll below a 1 on the damage for it to survive. So
Oh, okay.
it runs a bit further and then slumps dead. It's like bleh, dead. Just keep in mind, next time it gets to you in the initiative order, Tal,
Yes.
it's,
I'm really far away.
Yeah, it'll take you a round to get back to where you are on the battle map.
Excellent.
G is grappled by Rakust. So Rakust, G is gonna like fight fiercely to escape this lock. Make a athletics. Okay, so you managed to maintain control. This thing's pinned to the ground. You got it. You is all tangled up, and Asham's maintaining that. So Asham, you maintain it. Punch it in the face
Yeah,
again.
I pummel him a bit more.
It's continually pummeled. Rakust, in your grapple, this thing's like this human in bright clothing, which is now smeared with mud, is down on the ground. What do you want to do? Are you trying
I wanna
to
see-
knock out, subdue?
Before trying to knock him out, I want to see if he's being mind controlled or something. Can I see something in
Make
his
an
eyes or
insight
anything?
check with advantage. For that very specific question, these humans have been fighting with no regard to their own safety, and when you look in his eyes, you like pin him to the ground, and you look in his eyes, he has that gaze of not really seeing. He looks like crazed, like an opium addict or something like that. You're not sure if he's being mind controlled or not, but he seems so normal and human. His behavior is completely out of sorts.
Even his clothes look normal. I wouldn't figure him as a fighter. That's why I was wondering as well. Now I'm gonna try and punch him unconscious.
Okie dokes. So you've got control of the grapple. Just make an athletics opposed by athletics. And if you
Alright.
win, you get some damage.
Oh, 9.
Yeah. 8.
Oh, that was close.
It's suspicious when you fight poor fellows that they don't do too well. So what's your strength mod?
My strength mod is +3.
Okay. Poof! You slam his head back onto the ground, and he like is stunned, but he's still fighting. You deal some damage to him, and he is greatly hurt by this fact. Drop.
Yeah. I'll take the swing at him.
You cut him
Take the
down
shot.
in his prime. Probably cut his like leg off at the kneecap, and he just falls to the ground. Slump. Flump. Tal, you spend a turn getting back to the fight, or are you like chasing down the corpse of the burnt jackal?
Since it's all corpsey, I'm not going to chase it down. But I will use my action to dash, so I do get to move a little bit closer back in, I think.
Cool. No,
Unless I'm
you just spend
wanting to
your
dash
turn
away.
this time round getting to where you were previously. Like,
No
'cause
problem.
last turn you were essentially running off the map. That's why I was handling it
Oh.
narratively.
That works. Okay, I'm back where I
Plus,
am.
otherwise it just becomes you move an X distance, he moves an X distance. Oh look, one more. It's very
Yeah.
boring. G.
Oh.
G is going to make a athletics opposed by athletics. If he fails, you get to damage him again. So, Rakust. Oh, you've already got it there. Oh,
Oh, he wins.
yeah. So he manages to like break your hold, and he doesn't throw you off or anything, but he wraps his hands around your throat and begins squeezing, and it becomes hard for you to breathe. He's now in a position to injure you. So you can
All right.
continue like trying to beat him into submission, or you can look to your own defense next turn. So it's the situation of if you
Yeah.
try and hurt him, he'll hurt you, or you can get control of the grapple back. You is tangled up. Asham, are you sticking at it?
Of course.
Okay.
Can I somehow try to like end it, like make him unconscious or something?
Like, not really.
Okay.
Um,
Then I'll hold on.
However, if you can think of like a smart way that you no longer have to restrain this, because it's like bulging at the net. The net itself is definitely not going to contain it, but because you're holding the
Yeah,
net, every time it like bulges, you like punch it back, and it like
Yeah, but
stuns
while holding
momentarily.
said net, how about I just elbow jump in and try to hit him on the head?
You elbow chunk in.
Like literally, I'm holding the net on him and he's like fighting the net. How about I just rush him? Combining said net with ultimate bear hug force.
I mean, that was what you were already doing, wasn't it? You're like holding him in the net.
Yeah, but I was planning on maybe more or less jumping on him.
Oh, you mean like
said
bear
dwarf.
flopping him?
Yeah, bear flopping him, pinning him on the ground, or maybe getting an elbow in or something. Because I wouldn't be. I
Make an
wouldn't just
athletics check
stand
and
there
we'll
holding him.
See where to go from there. Okay, so you like slam the creature down to the ground, and there's a shattering sound, and you realise that a bone's broken. And as you like lift back up, you can see the jackal's like hind leg is like displaced at an odd angle, and as you watch it like twist and contort into a human leg, so like there's 3/4 of a jackal and then a human leg that's like twisted such that the foot is pointing the wrong way. It's like what's... And as you stand up, you realise this thing isn't going anywhere. It's definitely not
like that,
unconscious.
thank you.
It's still making that horrendous noise, which you perceive as ow, 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 fuck, 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 ow, that hurts. So, Rakust, what's the plan?
I'm gonna strangle him back and try to put him unconscious
Okay.
faster
Make an
than he
athletics
can make me
opposed
unconscious.
by his Constitution save. Do I even need to roll? Yeah. So he strangles you. Make a Constitution save.
+5, baby.
Yeah.
Oh no,
So-
+7.
There's that moment where you like lock eyes. You wrap your hands around his throat. He wraps his hands around your throat, and then you feel like your eyes beginning to bulge and that like throbbing in the back of your head, and like almost breaking point. And then he flops. He just goes limp, and you pull your hands away from his throat, and he's just like unconscious.
Good.
Okay, so I think that's the fight over.
All of them.
Pretty much. Yeah, so combat's over. You have 2 unconscious humans and a broken and restrained jackal, and we shall pick up after a short interlude. So, join us all again to find out just who are these jackals and why do they have humans. Thank you all. See you all in 5 minutes or so. Cool. Stare at the cameras.